What's up, guys? It's the Chill Scrub. I hope you guys are having a great day. Another back day. I know the last video was a back day. I'm really starting to like back day. I like hitting the shoulder presses, the barbell shoulder presses, the deadlifts, all that good stuff. Want to talk about realism and authenticity. I know a lot of people think that they want the real deal or something authentic, but they really don't. A lot of us, rather we want to admit it or not, including myself, we can be a bit superficial. We can go into things thinking that it's going to be like what we see in what we call the new TV, social media, and it's not like that at all. For a prime example, I came to a crossroad when it comes down to working out. After doing this for about, say, a year and a half, and I have achieved results. I'm not gonna lie like I didn't, but I never realized how much is it as a mental battle than it is a physical battle. You would think that, oh yeah, you just go in there, you lift weights. No, it's a mental battle. You have to battle with yourself day after day after day, and that's the real of it. You know, a lot of people, when you see the social media channels and the fitness influencers, yeah, you see them lifting the heavy weights and you see them doing all the fun stuff, but they don't show you the other side. They don't show you those days where, I really don't feel like doing this shit. They don't show you that I'm having body dysmorphia. They don't show you that part. They don't show you the part where you're literally tracking everything that you eat. They show you the great parts of it. And there are some people that are realistic about it and show you both sides, but that's not everybody. And I realized on YouTube, in order to make a lot of money, you have to show people what they want to see. But if I want to show you the real thing, and what you want to see is just the one side of it, which isn't all the way real, and sometimes it's a lot of hyperbole. Therefore, going back to what I originally said, a lot of people don't want the authentic thing. They don't want authenticity. They want what they think is authentic, or what they want to be authentic or real. They don't want the real deal. They don't want to do the day after day after day monotonous work. Same thing with the FGC, something that has become super saturated in the last 10 years. I remember 10 years ago when I was like 15 years ago when I was like 14 years old and I wanted to be a part of the FGC, having no clue what it's actually about and how to actually achieve this. Right, I'm a 14-year-old kid playing video games, playing Street Fighter 4, Super Street Fighter 4 at that, thinking that, oh yeah, this is going to be a great thing. I'm going to be just like Daigo Umehara, and I'm going to be like Tokido, and I'm going to be like Gamer B, and just add whatever FGC celebrity at that time that you want to add, Mike Ross, Gutex, so forth and so forth. Right. As I am 29 years old now, I look at it right from a realistic lens. I'm like, well, the FGC is essentially selling people a dream that for most people you are not going to be able to accomplish. Am I trying to tell people you cannot do it? No. People can do it, but are you as a person, can you literally look yourself in the mirror and say, I am willing to sacrifice so much to become this, right? Because there is a lot of sacrifice. You can't have it all. Everything in life has a trade-off. And the trade-off when it comes down to the FGC is you're going to have to give up sometimes friendships, stable jobs at times. It's very uncomfortable. You're going to have to put in an insane amount of hours to play these games. You're going to put in an insane amount of upfront money. Maybe you're probably not going to get a return on investment on it. You have to travel. You have to do all this. And then I'm talking about for independent players that are not sponsored. And being sponsored is its own can of worms. So your whole livelihood comes based off of your performance. If you don't perform, you get cut. If you get cut, it's harder for you to travel. Therefore, now you're an independent. Are you willing to look at these stipulations and say, you know what, despite all that, I believe in my heart of hearts that I can do this? And can you be honest enough with yourself and be real with yourself and say, I am willing to put in all this amount of work, this insane amount of work for something that might not happen, right? Again, I'm not trying to tell you you cannot do it. If you want to do it, that's fine. But a lot of people get sold on the dream of what they see when they see the Daigo Umehara stories, and they see the Tokido stories, and they see the Punks and the Smugs, and I love all these guys, and I'm happy for them. But for that one person, think about how many thousands of people have failed. going back to the realism of things, right? I'm not trying to say everything is doom and gloom, but for every one Daigo, there's at least 10,000 people that are just as good, if not better than Daigo, that did not make it. Same thing with Smug, same thing with Punk, same thing with Men RD. There are so many people that didn't. We're not being honest. And then on top of that, a lot of these dudes that are in the FGC, they're not telling you the insane amount of work they have put in over the years to get good. You think they just popped up and was good yesterday? I've literally been watching Smug since he came into the FGC. He didn't start off being the Smug that you see now. Like it took years upon years upon years upon years, and luckily for him, he made it. And I'm telling people, not just for games, I'm just talking about in life in general. Like a lot of the most biggest investment that you're making with this kind of stuff is your time. You don't get it back. You can always make more money. You can try to have relationships with people. You can make up for those things, but your time, you're not getting that back. It's not going to happen. And this is why, bringing ahead to this entire video, a lot of people, they don't like the realism of things. And this is why a lot of the things that I tell people, I'm like, you like fake, you don't like real. You like the glamour that YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, whatever, they show you, right? Nobody, the idea of a person telling you, hey, you'll be better off not quitting your day job, working this 9 to 5, finding you a decent woman that actually likes you and treats you with respect, having a child, and living out the rest of your days, that's not appealing to people. And I'm gonna have to be honest, and nobody's gonna like what I say, but the problem with it is, and going back to the whole realism thing, is everybody thinks that they're the main character when they're not. You know? Nobody just wants to be the average guy, and they sell you that everybody's special, especially in my generation, the generation of millennials. We were sold that everybody's special, that you can, all your dreams will come true, and you get this entitlement complex, right? And you don't want to listen to people that came before you that know way more than you do. Right, a lot of people, and I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. You can go on Twitter. You get the older person that has a lot more experience than a younger person. They will say, "Hey, this might not pan out the way you think it is." Well, what do you know? You don't have any proof. I'm going to look at Daigo Mahara. I'm going to be this person. I'm like, all right, it's not going to pan out the way you think it does. Right? People don't like realism. People don't like authenticity. Even when it comes down to relationships, people don't want to be real with themselves and tell themselves that, hey, I'm either average or below average or slightly above average, so therefore I'm probably gonna get a average, slightly above average, or below average person, because that's what I am. That is just not appealing. We all tell each other, like, the red pill is just reverse feminism. It's the same crap. Dudes are entitled to think that they can get the most attractive woman looking like utter shit and doing absolutely no work. And then you have women that think the exact same thing, that they deserve a top tier male doing absolutely no work and being a horrible person. It trickles down into everything. It's not just the FGC. It even trickles down into working out. A lot of people have the misconception that they're going to gain a whole bunch of muscle mass just by going in the gym for six months. Nobody likes the realistic standards or telling people the real deal that, hey, you might gain body dysmorphia. You might not lose 30 pounds in 6 months. You know, it took me a year and a half to lose 30 pounds and keep it off. It took me a year and a half. And not only just lose the weight to gain some muscle mass to go along with it, so it just doesn't, I don't like a stick. People don't like that realistic point of view. A lot of people, they like the dreams, they like getting sold the bullshit. It's just the truth, right? And I hope that this video wakes somebody up. This is my last set on these barbell shoulder presses or overhead presses. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom, guys. I hope you guys have a good one. I'll catch you next time, and peace.